What's up guys, Just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is going to be Tuesday the 31st of January, meaning it's deadline day. And we have got a lot to get through today. So before we get started, as always, you can show support by leaving a like rating, especially for deadline day. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below. And your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode. And if you missed yesterday's video, it will be down below in the description box. I also want to point out, I will probably do a couple more videos throughout the day. I'm not sure what times. It depends how busy it is as well. If it's very dull, there'll be one tonight at least. But let's jump straight into the confirmed transfers now. The very first player is Victor Obina, the Nigerian striker, going to Dinamo Bucharest in Romania from SV Darmstadt, the Bundesliga, on a free transfer. Then we go on to Undungala, a DR Congo international, I believe, going to Stanley Liège from KA Ghent for an undisclosed fee. Then we go on to Jonas Svensson, going to AZ Alkmaar in the Eredivisie from Rosenborg, again, undisclosed fee on that one. Followed by Brian Oviedo going to Sunderland, as well as another teammate from Everton, Darren Gibson. So these two did go as like a package for £9 million or so, plus additional fees for the pair. So he's actually replacing someone which I'll feature in just a moment. Darren Gibson, also another player to have worked with David Moyes previously, where he was at Everton. Then we go on to Teo Taiwo, a FIFA legend, going to a club in Switzerland, I believe, called, it's right there, FC Lausanne Sport. And as a free transfer from Helsinki, and to be fair, his car still looks very good for a silver, I believe one of the highest shot powers in the game. Then we go on to Ruben Botta, going to San Lorenzo from CF Pachuca, which I think is in Mexico, for 1.45 mil. Followed by Pedro Henrique, going to PAOK, P-A-O-K, in Greece from Stade Rennes for £1.36 million. And for 85 pace on non-rare, that is not too bad. Then we got to Stephen Taylor, formerly of Newcastle, going to Ipswich in the Championship from Portland Timbers. Actually, he was a free agent, he didn't have a club, so it's a free transfer. I think it's also now down to that international clearance. Matthew Ryan has gone to KRC Genk in Belgium from Valencia on a loan deal. I think that's who they signed him from potentially, because he was playing in Belgium beforehand. Then we got on to Ludwig Augustinsson, a Swedish international, going to Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga from FC Copenhagen. But it's actually a summer transfer. He'll stay at Copenhagen until the summer. I believe the fee is like €3 million. Then we got on to Pedro Pereira, going to Benfica from Sampdoria for £4.68 million. And going the opposite direction is going to be Filip Jurisic. I think he used to play for Southampton, I could be completely wrong there. He was already at Sampdoria from Benfica, but now it's officially like a confirmed transfer rather than a loan for 2.55 mil. Now we've got Claudio Marquisio, but it's not about him, it's about Juventus signing someone that's not an ultimate team right now. And that player's a youngster called Orsolini, I think his name is, from Ascoli. And they signed him for £5.1 million and then loaned him straight back to the second tier side until the summer, but then will rejoin with Juventus by pre-season. Then we got on to Eduardo Vargas. I mentioned the other day going to Tigres in Mexico from Hoffenheim, but now the fee has been mentioned of £5.1 million for the Chilean. Then we got on to Lucas Ocampos going to AC Milan finally from Marseille. He was on loan at Genoa, also in Italy. It's a loan deal for £425,000 as a fee. I'm not sure if it has an option to buy or not. We'll have to wait and see. And if you go back 24 hours, this transfer is looking quite unlikely because Milan, they weren't willing to wait on Marseille to give the go-ahead. Then we go on to Patrick van Aanholt, quite a big fee this time, going to Crystal Palace from Sunderland for around £14 million. And that is followed by another big fee this time, and that is going to be Helder Costa, going to Wolves, who's already on loan there from Benfica, but he's now a permanent player for around £12.8 million for a championship signing. That is absolutely huge. Then we got on to Dimitri Payet, and he was in yesterday's video as like a potential transfer. I did put like an overlay saying it was all confirmed and stuff, but now he's in the confirmed section. He's officially joining Olympique Marseille, or rejoin them from West Ham for £25 million, and a 25% sell-on fee is also included. And for the transfer to actually go ahead, Dimitri Payet was charged all of his wages from January, which worked out around £500,000, so the deal could go through. There are also 3 transfers of players that have gone through but not an ultimate team. First up, former Fulham player De Jager going to Wolfsburg, or rejoining Wolfsburg from Al Arabi in Qatar on a free transfer. Demba Ba has gone on loan to Besiktas, so again another returning player from Shanghai Shenhua on loan deal, and fair play to him. His broken leg was absolutely horrific and now overcome that and are back in football. And the final one is Wallace, a Brazilian, going to Hamburg from Grêmio for £7.82 million. And now just before I go into the potential transfers part, most of these that do feature are kind of like agreed fees and stuff. They're very brief. I'm not going to go into too much detail about every single one because we've got so many to get through. And like I said about the agreed fees, if they are in the potential part now, it's pretty quite likely they'll be announced before this video even goes live. And the very first potential transfer then is going to be one for Crystal Palace. And according to pretty much every single reliable source now, Olympiacos midfielder Luka Milojevic, I probably said that wrong, will fly into London tomorrow or today for a medical ahead of a £12.5 million move to Crystal Palace. And in regards to the silver card, quite around it, not too fantastic though, and probably not many people use him. Then we go on to Yannick Wilshat. Yep, definitely said that one wrong, but Derby today are in negotiations with Wigan over a possible transfer for the Dutch forward. It's understood that Wigan are looking for an offer worth over £6 million for the player who scored 5 goals in 25 games this season. Derby, however, are aiming to sign him and beat Championship rivals Norwich to his signature. Then we go on to the next player, that is Igalo. Watford have agreed a fee of £20 million with Chinese Super League side Chongchun Yatai for striker Igalo, according to Sky sources. Personal terms have been agreed in principle, and the final negotiations between the clubs are still ongoing. And there's actually a quote Igalo said back in the summer, because he was also linked to a move to China back then for like £38 million or so. But the quote says, "I'm not moved by money from China. Yes, it's big and crazy. When the right time comes, I will go, but now it's not the right time. I love playing in the Premier League. It's all I've wanted to do." And 6 months later or so, he's already gone. And then we go on to a French goalkeeper called Hassan, who currently plays for Nice, and according to Sky sources, Southampton are close to completing a deal for the goalkeeper. But no fee has been mentioned there. Then we go on to Andrea Ranocchia, an Italian centre-back, and again, it's very brief, very short, but Inter Milan defender Ranocchia has agreed a deal to move on loan to Hull City for the remainder of the season. And apparently the Hull City manager has said he wants to sign 5 players today, which is absolutely crazy, but also includes the next player, and that is Guedoria from Watford. Actually, it's Guedoria, but Sky understand that Hull have agreed a fee of £3 million with Watford for the Algerian midfielder, and I don't think he plays too much either, so it does kind of make sense he would leave. Then we go on to Salomon Rondon, as quite a big one. Tony Pulis has said the striker is not for sale at any price after West Brom have rejected a £32 million offer for Rondon from Chinese club Tianjin Quanjian, according to the Daily Mail. West Brom were also linked to Igalo, and Tianjin Quanjian, in fact being a kind of Cannavaro side, they are in for another striker after signing Pato yesterday for around €18 million, and before that they got in Axel Witsel. Then we go on to Wagyu, a centre-back going to Leicester City. Udinese are in talks to send Mali centre-back Wagyu on loan to Leicester City, according to Sky Italia. And I haven't put it in the video, but Leonardo Ulloa, the Argentinian striker for Leicester, has put a tweet out saying he won't ever play for Leicester ever again because he's been lied to by the club and also Claudio Ranieri. Now we go on to Branislav Ivanovi, and he is on the verge of completing a move from Chelsea to Russian side Zenit St. Petersburg, according to Sky sources again. They say it's 99% done, with a 32-year-old having agreed personal terms already and likely to play his last game now for Chelsea, which I think he also scored in against Brentford. Then we go on to Roman Alessandrini going to LA Galaxy. According to Get France Football, Alessandrini is set to undergo his LA Galaxy medical before joining from Marseille on a 3-year contract for €3 million. He's also rejected an offer from Hull City in the Premier League to go to the MLS. Then we go on to the next player, and that is Jordan Ayew going to Swansea City, but in the other direction, going from Swansea to Aston Villa, is going to be Neil Taylor. Swansea and Aston Villa are in negotiations about a swap deal involving Neil Taylor and Jordan Ayew. Ayew is currently on international duty with Ghana at the African Cup of Nations, and he scored in Ghana's victory over DR Congo at the weekend to book a semi-final showdown with Cameroon on Thursday. According to the Telegraph, West Brom have made a bid of around £10 million for Southampton striker Jerry Rodriguez, and I'm not sure if it'll be accepted, but Southampton are very close to getting a striker themselves. Leeds are on the verge of signing a player from Villarreal, and that is the winger Alfonso Padreza, on loan for the rest of the season. Then we go on to Scott Hogan, and before he was linked to West Ham United, but today, according to Sky sources, Crystal Palace have made an initial inquiry about signing Brentford striker Scott Hogan. At West Ham, there is a difference of opinion whether to sign the striker or not for £15 million, with the final decision now resting on the manager, Slavan Bilic. Las Palmas are close to sealing a deal for PSG forward Jesse Rodriguez, according to the Spanish club's president. He only joined from Real Madrid back in the summer for £20 million, but now going to go back to his boyhood club on loan after getting the green light. And I have seen quite a few goals this season from Las Palmas. They play some really nice football. Now we got on to Malo Gabbiadini. This is the striker I was on about that Southampton will be signing. So according to Sky sources, but pretty much every source now, Napoli and Southampton have agreed a fee and a deal for the forward Malo Gabbiadini. The fee is expected to be £14.5 million plus £2.5 million in additional fees. It's understood he'll have his medical today, and Damaso has added to this by saying a 10% sell-on fee is also in the deal. And now a player linked to Chelsea called Kolasinac from Schalke. Juventus now said they won't buy anyone before tomorrow's deadline day, leaving the way clear for Chelsea to sign the left back. But now after talks yesterday, Schalke are refusing to sell the left back Kolasinac to Chelsea, as they have told the player he has to stay until his contract runs out in the summer, so he will be available as a free agent. He'll probably be able to sign a pre-contract agreement, but for now he won't be able to join in this window. So that's not great news for Chelsea, because there are a lot of clubs currently in for him. Obviously Juventus may go back in for him in the summer, also Arsenal linked as well, so quite a lot of clubs after him. Then we go on to the final one today, Moussa Dembele also linked to Chelsea. Chelsea are interested in signing Celtic striker Moussa Dembele, but it may cost them £40 million to secure a move to Stamford Bridge. Sky understands Celtic are extremely reluctant to sell him this window and will not consider a bid lower than £40 million. Dembele's progress has been monitored closely by Chelsea, who have been linked to a number of strikers in this window, most recently Llorente at Swansea. Dembele joined Celtic on a free transfer in June last year from Fulham on a 4-year deal. But something tells me Chelsea won't pay the $40 million Celtic are looking for. They may go back in for him in the summer window, but that has been a lot of today's rumours. There'll be a lot more coming up today. So as always, if you enjoyed this video or found it all helpful, show your support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below. Your thoughts on today's rumours I should do in the next episode, and if you missed yesterday's video, it will be down below in the description box. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.